Hi, it's the Woolista here. Let's see what we're going to talk about today. I haven't shot a video in a long time. It's summer. A million things have come up. I'm sure you all understand. So, let's see. What have I been working on? Let me start with some fiber. This is mystery wool that I got from somebody a long time ago. And there was some beige and some cream. And I just went ahead and I don't know what it is. It's really nice. It's nice. Some type of wool. And I went ahead and just spun it up. And then this one, I think I'm going to take it apart and reply it though. Because if you could see the difference between the two. Same exact wool. This one has way too much energy in it. I'm going to take it apart and reply it. I think I must have went the wrong way prior to what was spinning. I don't think I wrote it down on a card before I finished spinning it. So, which is what I'm doing now. I am writing cards and notes to myself and keeping track more what I'm doing. Especially because I'm labeling it all in Ravelry. And that way, if anybody has a question, I'll have the answer. I was going to show you some fleece that I'm washing currently. It's out on the back porch. I bought it with my girlfriend Marnie when we were at Rhinebeck last year. It is a cross of Lincoln, Suffolk, and Frisian. And I have pictures on Ravelry of it in its first stage, non-washed, and it's gorgeous. So I have it soaking right now. It was definitely a dirty fleece. So it's on its third soak right now. And then I will be drying it, for the next couple days and then putting it in its container in order to store it until I start working on it. I've been doing, well, let's wait for that. Let's see, okay. So one of my girlfriends bought me this mermaid. Is that awesome? I love mermaids. So, I didn't know what to do with her. I was like, what am I going to do with that? I thought about putting yarn on her, but whenever I cake something up, it's not usually that width for the middle to put on there. So I thought about putting her out here in my studio for decor. I don't know where to put it. So I was talking to my husband today and we are going to put her in the bathroom. He does not like where the toilet paper holder is currently. So this is perfect. He's going to move it up and over a little more because right now when you're on the toilet, you're like pulling the toilet paper like this. It's really aggravating. So he's just going to move her up a little bit so that she's proportioned. And we are going to decorate the bathroom in mermaids. Not like beachy normal mermaids. Probably I'll do a mystical mermaids. Something more mystical. I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is besides mystical. Not like your normal like cutesy beach pictures or nothing. It'll probably be something more of a fantasy theme, I'm sure I'll find just our bathroom's not overly huge, so I'm sure I only need a picture or two, maybe another mermaid to lay, like a statue or something to lay on the top of. There's a cabinet in there, maybe some moss coming down the side or seaweed or something. I'd have to see if they have some really good looking seaweed that looks like seaweed, not some plastic stuff. I don't know. I'm going to have to Pinterest it and look mermaid themed bathrooms that aren't like overly done, put it that way. So that was cute. Thought I'd throw that in there. Another cute thing, I don't know if anybody has ever read this book or been introduced to it, but it's called At Knit's End, Meditations for Women Who Knit. And it's just a whole book of like little excerpts that are hilarious. I'll just read one real quick one to you. This one says, people who knit have long been trying to convince people who don't that they can knit and listen at the same time. Studies have shown that people often show increased focus and even demonstrate greater recollection while knitting. And then it has a little side note down below. And it says, conversely, with some people, knitting is the only thing that gets us through listening to them. It's just a whole book of like cute little fun sayings like this. And they also have it on audio. This one's just another little cute little thing thrown in here. You know you knit too much when you seek out forms of exercise that you can do while knitting, such as riding a stationary bike. I thought that was kind of cute. Anyway, if you get time, go to the library, get this on DVD, listen to it in the car, get the little book, read it. It's really cute. Let's see, what else? For those who are just joining me for the first time, I am the Woolista. You can also find me on Instagram as the Woolista. You can also find me on Ravelry as the Woolista. I have a little group on there. I'm trying to get more, and I've just started this recently, doing all these videos and stuff. So I have to get my group page on Ravelry a little more focused. I do have all my projects on Ravelry though, so friend me if you want to see my projects, their stages, what I used, you know. I have all my stash on Ravelry, except for stuff that's been donated and I use for charity. I don't really put that on there. I do put my charity items that I've made on there to keep track of them, and like if I want to remember what type of hat I used to use up some weird yarn that I've received, I'll put that on there so I can remember. But I don't put like my whole stash of charity stuff on there. But I do put all my fiber on there, my good yarn on there. So, because I've been known to buy the same brand from the same person a couple times. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I bought some of theirs. We all do that though. We have 50 projects going on. Okay, so let's move to some things I've been knitting on. Because you know you're not knitting on just one thing at a time. I made the cutest little boy's hat. It's also on Ravelry in my projects for our grandbaby to be, and it's like within any day now. I think another week she has. And I think I took it off of my phone, but it's a teeny tiny hat. Oh, here's a picture of the hat, but I don't have a picture of the booties that I made with it. But this is a picture of the barley hat from Tin Can Knits. It is a wonderful little pattern. You can also make it in adult sizes. It's just kind of like a little slouch hat. They don't add pom-poms to theirs, but I went ahead and added a little pom-pom because it's for an infant. It's a great hat to knit up. And then I made a cute little pair of booties that went with it, but not from this pattern. So here's another picture of the Tin Can Knits barley hat. And I'm really liking the pattern. So I think I'm going to make a few of them up and just keep them stored for, you know, little presents for kids. Baby showers, that type of thing. Because I really like it. And for the yarn, I'm using this sheep's stone washed. I got it at Around the Table in Chagrin Falls. cute store. They just recently opened up within the last year. Great women. They're so helpful. They're lovely to talk to. They're fun. They're energetic. It's just a cute shop. They're doing a lot with it, doing a lot of classes and helping other people and things of that nature. So really like going there. Something else I've been working on is, Katrina's socks, my oldest. So I've been working on these for a while. I don't know why socks take me so long. Maybe it's because the needles are so small and they seem tedious to me. I didn't have an actual pattern that I was going to follow. So I thought about doing an afterthought heel, and then it just seems like more work to me to do an afterthought heel because you're there, you're at the heel. Just put the heel in and then keep going. Then you're done with it and you don't have to like do the whole sock and then stop and then pick up all the tiny little stitches and then put your heel in. It seems like more work to me. So after I thought about it, I was like, I think I'm going to do the fish lips kiss heel, but not quite ready there. I'm doing 2 at a time on circulars, and this is where I'm at so far. So I'm getting there, couple more inches, and I'll be ready for the heel, which I'm like, I got to do the fish lips kiss heel. So I'm nervous, but my girlfriend said she'd help me. And this was A Dragon Is Not a Slave. Her and her husband are big Game of Thrones fans, which so am I, but shh. And I saw this sock blank, and I was like, oh, got to get that and make her socks out of that. And then after these, I'll make socks for my other daughter. Not sure which ones I'll make for her yet. I've been trying to give it some thought. The socks just take me a long time. I like bigger projects. And I do a lot with fiber. Let's see, what else have I been doing? This project here is going along rather well. It's the Indigo Frost pattern. And I have it in my cute little bag here my girlfriend made for me. She specialized it. My knitting mermaid bag. It's like knit or die because we also ride motorcycles, me and my husband, and she just embellished the whole entire bag. She has an Etsy shop online. Sorry about this tag hanging out. She has an Etsy shop online. Inside the bag there's all these really cool pockets, and it's constructed like a doctor bag. It's one of my favorite bags. It's so awesome. And she has a shop on Etsy, Bella Cardan. If you can see that, that's her card. And I am making the Indigo Frost out of Good Karma Farm Polar Vortex. This is God, it's so nice working with this stuff. It's made in Belfast, 60 wool, 40 alpaca. Everything with alpaca is gorgeous. I love alpaca. It's just soft and fluffy and wonderful. But I had to frog it. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. I had gotten all the way to probably here, second row, and I had to frog all the way back to here. I must have fallen asleep while I was knitting because somehow my yarn overs and the holes weren't going like this. They were all over the place. So I had to frog back to the color work and redo it. So I am now past where I was before. Rewrote that little section. I'm a good one for writing out repeat patterns and stuff on paper, and I just check them off as I go. That way I don't... And then whenever I get up and leave my project, I just put a little arrow where I am at, so I don't have to guess. I'm just like, oh yeah, okay. And so I am there currently. This is upside down. This is actually going to, I don't want to lose my place. Let me push my needles back there. So this is the neck. It's going to be a cowl. And it's going to come out. It's going to be like a cape. Or, yeah, like cape, I think, or poncho. Put it that one of those two. It's definitely going to need blocked. But oh, it's so soft, and it's going to be nice. It's going to be perfect with jeans. It's like this beigey cream winter white. And like a blues and greens in it. Which I love. It's perfect winter colors. I think I'm going to get a lot of use wearing it. Because with ponchos and stuff, you can put them on. You can get the air underneath so you're not like ridiculously sweating to death in a coat. Full length coat. And when you're running around and stuff, it's just nice to have that on. Excuse me. So I'm a little behind on my project, what's it called? The Yarn Hoarders dishcloth project, or dishcloth challenge it's called, where you knit one dishcloth a week for the whole year, and that way you have some to give away, some to replenish your stock, and you use up your cotton yarn. Trust me, I have scads of cotton yarn to use up. I love cotton. It's a good material. This one is my most recent one. This is actually made with, I crocheted that one with a C hook, and I used like crochet thread. A lady that passed away recently, probably 2 years ago now. Her name was Boots, and she used to come into our crochet group, and she always carried her little box, her little hook, and her crochet thread, and she made these dishcloths. And I was like, that's such a neat texture, because it's a crocheted thread. It's a silkier texture than your normal crocheted dishcloth. So I haven't tried it out yet. I just finished it. I'm going to block it, and then I'm going to try it out. I have one of hers that she made, and I kind of don't want to use it. I want to just keep it. It reminds me of her, and she was a really awesome lady. So then I'll know whether I like this style or not. I love the other style and love using them in the bathroom to wash my face. They have an awesome texture. If you've never used them before, I highly recommend getting some knitted or crocheted washcloths and dishcloths. They are the bomb. Alright, what else have I been working on? I'm in that Shave 'em to Save 'em project, where you buy the wool from you're supporting your local small farmers, and you're buying their wool over the next 3 years as their sheep get shorn, and you do 22 different, oh hold on, let me grab my book and I'll show you. Ooh, getting old. Alright, so far I've bought 4 or 5 different breeds. I bought some Cotswold. You only have to buy 4 ounces. But I got a deal on that one from my girlfriend, and I got some for her. What you do is you sign up and you get this. Whoops, I just dropped it. You get this passport, and in it has all the different breeds you're going to work on. And all of these breeds are rare. And they're trying to bring them to light so that they can come out of near extinction and things of that nature. Some of them are in critical status, like Hog Island wool. What they do, once you buy their fleece, you only have to buy 4 ounces, like I said. And 4 ounces is, this is Cotswold, and this is about 4 ounces right here. You can buy it already in roving form like this, ready to be spun. Or you could buy it, you know, in fleece form, whether it's already, you could buy it already skirted, non-skirted, washed, non-washed, whatever form you want to buy it, that, whatever you want to do. And once you spin it into yarn, then and ply it, you're done with that breed. Some people go on to, there's other contests and stuff. You make projects out of them and you can win prizes. So far, like I said, I've bought 5 different breeds. I've bought the Cotswold, Gulf Coast, Jacob. Which one was this one again? Oh my goodness. Florida Cracker and Shetland. So Shetland was my first one. They give you these little stickers right here, and they put on the breed, who sold it to you, and the date. And then you just put your little sticker in their book once you've finished that fleece. So far I've finished the standard Shetland. And I bought it, it's on my Ravelry in roving form. It was, I have more too. I'm trying to think of where I put it. In the other room, I think. But I bought, here's 4 ounces spun into and plied into, I think I figured it to be about 280 to 84 yards. Now, they do have these, they have a Facebook page, so everybody takes a picture and congratulates everybody and helps everybody along and answers any questions we all have. They also have these little forms made up, and you can just take one. It's just a cute thing. It's the type that you're spinning, how you spun it, just little notes for yourself to make a notebook out of, which I find them really helpful. And then I put my calculations on the back. I have my Swift measured out. The second peg in is like 70 inches around, and there's 36 inches in a yard. So I take, once I'm done plying it, which I spin it and then wash it and then dry it and then ply it once I'm done plying it so that it's in this